I should quit while I'm ahead,
Hello?
I think. Hello. Nice to be here. I love Chicago. I love Mindy. Mindy brought me 2 boxes of Mindy's Bakery downstairs. Savory box, sweet box. I ate them all.
It was fun. I got the happy dance. There's more, actually.
You probably see a lot of happy dances
I
in
mean,
your bakery.
sometimes. Hi.
Hi, dear.
I've
missed you. Mindy was in the Chicago episode, you know. She was probably the best part.
Well, it was very special to me because we went to Eric's restaurant at Virtue.
Love it.
And Eric we opened a restaurant, and when we opened the restaurant, he didn't even know how to use a knife.
What?
I'm telling you, he did not know, and I literally taught him a lot of what he knows.
You're a great teacher then, because he's
Well, I
pretty
screamed
great.
at him. I almost made him cry once.
Yeah.
That was the goal, to make him cry, but I didn't make him cry. He's such a great man.
And a great chef.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
But we're going to talk about you tonight.
All right, whatever you like.
I'm very excited. I'm very excited. First of all, before I was even asked,
Yeah.
I love your show.
Thank you.
And I love the first show on PBS. And when I knew that I was going to be talking to you, I actually watched all the shows again.
Wow.
And I was immersed in it. So I've had dreams about you. I've had dreams about your family. Honest to God. And I'm so glad that you got the chance to eat some of my pastries, because that was really important to me, and I'm so happy, because I know that you not only love food, but you love pastry and you love chocolate, and so I was super excited.
Well, I'm happy to help you out anytime.
Okay. Well, I'm going to take you up on that.
Okay.
All right, so anyway, I'm so excited to be doing this because I'm a chef.
Yeah.
I'm not an interviewer. I'm a chef, and usually I'm being interviewed. But
Yeah.
I think what I want to do is like sort of bring like that chef perspective to this.
Great.
Because it's, you have so many chefs on the show.
Yeah.
And they're all so great.
They are great.
I mean, they really are, but I just have one question. Are any of them not so great?
How much time do you have?
I mean, because, chefs can be full of themselves, right?
Listen, but that's not chefs. Not
Everybody
just chefs.
can, right?
Most things in life are terrible.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just how it is.
Yeah.
And there's always been terrible all through the ages. There's no good old days. They seem good compared to now. But what makes great is that it's the top of the mountain.
Yeah.
And we try to find
The best.
like you.
Well, thank you. But yeah.
Right?
No, I mean.
We try to find why make a show about the terrible?
But it's, well.
Actually, they do, don't they?
Don't you think.
These competition shows, I can't cook. Oh, let's throw you in there.
Right. But don't you think that I know that being a chef is like a total package, but you can be a great cook and a great chef and have a great restaurant, but you could be a bad person.
Oh, of course.
Right?
Yes,
So
and you
who
could be
was
a
bad?
great actor.
So who was
You could be a
bad?
great actor and
Right,
be
but
miserable
so-
to everybody. You could be great anything and be miserable.
Right.
You have to,
I'm trying to get you to spill your
It's
beans
nice
here.
to be important, Mindy, but it's
Yeah.
more important to be nice.
I agree. And I agree 100%. I agree. And, I mean, I'm going to be all over the place right now, but I really wanted to tell you, because I have ADD, but what I wanted to tell you was that, you spoke about your parents and you spoke about how they instilled the arts and culture.
That's true.
And music and
That's
all
right.
that. And that resonated with me because my parents did the same thing with
Yes.
me. And so
And you turned out good.
I turned out a little crazy, but I'm okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, I think that it's so important
It is.
to continue to talk about that and so that people today and kids today can have that in their life.
Well, there's certain, let's call them government officials
Yes.
who think, and I've said this on the show, that they think the arts are disposable.
And they're not.
And what they don't realize is it's the answer.
It is the answer. Like when you went, yes, when you went to New Orleans.
Yes, that's exactly
and
right.
that marching band.
That's exactly right.
I cried.
Oh.
I cried in many of your episodes, but
Sorry.
I thought that was so beautiful. I really did.
Well, they were beautiful.
Yeah.
They were beautiful. But, I owe my life to the arts.
Right. You do. Yes, you do.
And I'm always shocked that people, let's say in Hollywood, they don't support the arts even, and they owe their lives to they wouldn't
It's
have
true.
jobs as movie executives or studio executives or network people
True.
if they weren't in the school plays in school, right?
Okay, well, let's talk about food. Shouldn't we talk about food now?
It's all connected.
It totally
because,
is.
by the
Totally
way,
is.
I support the arts. My wife and I have a foundation. We support the arts.
Yeah, very
and
important.
for me, cooking and what you do is one of the arts.
Well, and also it brings people together and it makes people happy. And
Yes, it does.
To me, the most important thing is that you are making people happy.
Well, you are too.
Because-
I always say
right?
you're people like you. I eat your food. I eat a chocolate thing from you, and I say, oh, you're in the happiness business.
Yeah,
That's
totally.
really what it is.
I agree.
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
Okay.
My work is done here.
No. So I have some questions, and I have some major, favorite places that you went. First of all, your first show, 6 episodes, watched it, in one sitting.
The PBS.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll have what Phil's having. Right, I'll have what Phil's having.
You can now see those. I don't know, somebody...
On Prime, Amazon Prime.
But also, somebody threw them up on YouTube. Like somebody
Yes.
bought them and put them on
Yes.
YouTube.
Yes.
So you
and
don't have
pay
to
a
bother
dollar-
paying.
$1.99. It's $1.99. $1.99.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm 100% positive.
I could have sworn I clicked on it and watched it for free.
Oh, you did? Maybe you are a joiner of YouTube.
Or maybe I'm a thief.
Yeah, but it could be. So Tokyo.
Tokyo is the most food-centric place on earth. Every other doorway in Tokyo is either a restaurant or something to do with food, like selling all the cookware and all that. But they are nuts about food.
But there's some that really stand out.
Go ahead.
So ramen, right?
Yeah.
Ramen is everywhere.
Yes.
And ramen is very serious.
Yes.
And you went to a place. Can you talk about that broth that you chose and that came down on a Chemex?
They were using a coffee thing.
Yes.
So like a thing where it boils at the bottom, it shoots up to the top, it goes to there, and then it drains back down.
That's a reason to go to Tokyo.
Just to see that.
Yes.
It was like being in a science lab.
So, was it delicious?
Yes.
All delicious.
Yes.
All delicious.
But the one, my favorite was the spicy one.
The spicy one.
I remember the name, Kikanbo. Kikanbo ramen. Anybody been to Tokyo and had Kikanbo ramen? You still have your tongue? Because that is spicy.
You like spicy.
I got to
And by the
so
way,
many-
you like spicy food.
I do, but there's a limit, right? I'm not insane.
Yeah, but what about in Nashville when you went to that place?
Let me tell you
was up
about.
there.
Can I tell you a little
Because
story?
your son, I thought you were going to die.
Well, let me tell you something. I thought we go in there and I say, Ben, my son is with me. He's in the scene with me, and he's game for anything. He's such a good boy. And my daughter is here, by the way, Lily. You'll see her in a minute, maybe. Yeah.
There she is. She's over there.
She's over there. Lily, come out and say hello to the people.
Oh, she's over there. There
Where
she
are
is.
you?
Yay!
It's Lily! Look, they like you. Lily was in the Chicago episode too. Yes. And we're having so much fun. We're on the road together, me and my girl. Isn't that nice? Yeah, it's so sweet.
It's like Thelma and Louise.
Yes, if we were both ladies. Yes, Mindy.
Okay.
But let me tell you about this scene in Nashville. We went to Prince's Hot Chicken. Have you ever been there?
I have not.
Any survivors? Okay. So I go and I tell Ben, okay, we're going to try. The first thing I did was I asked the people while the cameras are setting up, I asked the patrons there, because we went when it was open, what level do you
Yes.
get? You know what they all said?
What?
Plain. And they have on the board, plain, mild, mild plus,
Yeah, but you got.
medium,
Yeah.
medium plus, hot, extra hot.
Was it crazy?
And then it goes like beyond. So I say, Ben, I think we have to do mild to hot. I think since we're doing a television show, we must do our part. We don't have to eat a lot of it, but I think we do have to try it. And Ben is great and he's game, and we start. And to my surprise, the mild was hot. And I look at the people who are eating plain, and they're going like this. And yet, I could do it. Maybe it's because I'm a little used to spicy foods. I don't know why, but I could do it. And here comes the next one, mild plus. Little hotter, but I could do it. Ben could do it too. And now comes medium, and I'm a little nervous now. We do it. Wow, Ben, we're doing it. I'm doing it.
And then
Medium
the gloves
plus.
come out. And then the
I do
gloves
it.
come out.
Hot.
Yeah.
Now I think,
I can't do any more.
and we do it. And then the lady comes over with
the
black gloves for us. I said, what are you doing? She goes, well, you handled that, so we're going to do extra hot. And it's really hot, but listen, 3 bites, right?
Right,
and we
3
do
bites.
it. Now, a couple hours later,
Oh, no.
I'm in the car
Yeah.
with the family. I'm in the front with the driver, and my family, Ben, Lily, and Monica, are in the back seat. And I don't want to upset anybody. And I'm about to turn to the driver, my hand to God, and say, because I'm just dealing with it. But now I can't deal with it anymore. And I'm about to say, I think we should go to the hospital. Because my chest is tightening up.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
And before I said the words, which would, I think, put my family in a panic,
Yes.
and me, I take out my phone and I Google, and I'm saying this as a public service to you, difference between heart attack and heartburn.
Yeah. Yeah.
And sure enough, as a public service, they both have the tightening of the chest. If it's a heart attack, you know about the left arm, right? That starts to hurt, and you start sweating profusely, and you have trouble breathing. That's a heart attack. Heartburn is what I believe the emergency room in Nashville would have said to me when I entered, and they said, "Did you just come from Prince's Hot Chicken?" Why, yes. Get the hell out of here.
I love it. It's awesome. Nashville's great.
Nashville's great. Nashville's
You
great.
line dance too. I saw you line dance. You did
With
do
Lily.
yeah. It wasn't so good.
I'm a good dancer when they say, make up whatever the hell you want.
Okay.
And I can be an idiot.
Well, let's talk about that.
Okay.
Okay, Croatia.
Yes?
When you went down the Walk of Shame.
That's how you should, everyone?
And I told you this earlier.
Yes?
That was one of the funniest things that
Aw,
you've ever done.
thank you.
Because it's like slapstick, you know? And I love it. It's like old humor. I love that.
Well, I'm an old fella.
Yay.
I just think if I was in that Game of Thrones and they said, you have to do the Walk of Shame, I think that's how you should do it.
I loved it. Thank you. Thank you for making me laugh.
Never be ashamed, people.
So you
Some shameless people.
only some. So you knew Carl Reiner, Mel Brooks.
He's still with us.
Okay, but
Yeah.
Mel's not. Didn't
Mel is alive.
He's still alive?
He'd be the first to tell you.
Okay. You can tell I didn't do my homework.
That's all right.
Norman Lear.
Not only is Norman Lear like 100, he is 100.
Is he really?
The first person I know to be 100.
So you've eaten with them.
A lot.
So, okay. I want to hear about it.
Oh, it's the greatest. When I was little, I watched all their stuff, and they were tremendous
Yes.
influences on me. So
Yeah.
imagine
Carl
how lucky.
Reiner.
Yeah, how lucky I am that these are my friends. I've been to dinner. I've been to funerals with Mel Brooks, Neil Simon, Norman Lear, Carl Reiner, Larry Gelbart. These are the greatest people. I think the least known of them is Larry Gelbart, but
Yes.
he wrote Tootsie. He wrote MASH, right? He wrote Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum. He passed, but he might have been the funniest of them. I'll tell you 2 lines from
Okay, I can't
Larry Gelbart. I'm having lunch with Larry Gelbart and Norman Lear, and they ask me what it's like in Hollywood now, like to pitch a show or to do a show or work with the networks. I start to describe it, and Larry stops me, and he turns to Norman and he says, "We're dying just in time." And sometimes that's how I feel about life. You know? The other line was, one of their friends had a wife who wanted to sing. So he rented out a hall in, like a jazz club in Hollywood, and got a band so his wife could sing. And then he invited all the friends to come. So they're sitting there. And after the first number, Larry turns to Norman and says, I guess love is deaf, too.
Absolutely.
These are the people, but
So,
I want you to
yeah.
know, it doesn't come from nothing. I've gotten to be around the greatest people on the earth
Yeah.
for this type of thing.
Yeah, really
I
great.
learned from the best people that I love these guys, and these guys are so warm and so sweet. And what we're talking about being nice, you know, I got a call in the first season of Everybody Loves Raymond. We're in the writers' room, we're working. The show is middling at best as a you know, it was in
Yeah.
a lousy time slot. It's not the. Norman Lear is on the line. What? Norman Lear, who created All in the Family and all the shows we know. Like a hero. Norman Lear is on the phone? I pick up the phone. He goes, I hear we're fans of each other. Because I always talk about him in the press and whatever I got, right?
Yeah.
I said, I don't know about you, but I'm a big fan of yours. He goes, no, I thought we should eat. Let's eat. Okay, when? How's tomorrow? Great. How, you meet me at Pino on Ventura Boulevard. Okay. I go, and he goes, if it's okay, I'm bringing a friend. Okay, because he likes you too. Okay. I go in the restaurant, and Norman Lear's sitting there with Carl Reiner. And I drop dead. Yeah,
great.
and they treated me like family immediately, and we became family. And these men, I've had the honor, the
Yeah, you're
privilege,
very
the
lucky.
joy of getting to be with them.
So are they just really funny?
Yes.
With them? I mean, do they like just like off the cuff, like coming up with stuff? And
Yes, I just gave you an
one-liners?
example.
Okay,
Yes.
I know. I'm
Were you
sorry.
here before
I'm sorry.
when
No,
I just said?
No, I'm just like I'm just curious because you know.
Yes, they're always funny. Yes,
and they're like 100.
not like.
They are. Okay, should we talk about egg cream?
Whatever you want.
Egg creams.
I like an egg cream. Do you have the ingredients here?
Now, no, but where? So, which episode did you make that for everybody?
Tokyo.
Right? Tokyo. That was so cute.
Well, when I was in Tokyo,
That was so cute.
There was one scene, and I wasn't sure it was working because this was one where we had a total language barrier, and everything was through the interpreter.
Right.
And so it's a little bit awkward. It has to be. You know, the timing is off of everything. You're not going to get the laughs that you would get or receive from. And so it really was a scene that really wasn't moving. And, by the way, I was eating the restaurant specialty eel 4 different ways.
yes.
Okay? So that's a little odd for me as well. So we took a little break, and I say to my brother, the producer, Richard. Applause for Richard. No, that's enough.
Does he get jealous?
No.
Not at all.
No, I get jealous of him. That's why I'm in show business. You got me off track. You got me, Richard. So I go to Richard. I said, I don't know if we're getting anything here. Maybe we should wrap it up. He goes, yeah, I think so. It's not our best scene. I go back, and we start rolling again. I'm going to say my goodbyes. And I don't know what possessed me to just say to the patriarch of the family, this grandpa, what do you do for fun? Right? Translator. Okay? And back from the translator, I get, we have champagne night. I said, what's that? He says, I like champagne. I collect champagne. And every Wednesday night, we pull down a bottle of champagne, and we share it as a family. And I said, that's really nice. In our house, we have egg cream night. You know, that's my little joke. And they all lean forward, all the Japanese people, the women in kimonos, 6 of them, and they all lean forward and go, what is this egg cream? And I smile, and I describe it. It's some chocolate sauce with some milk, and as you stir it, you pour in sparkling water, and a chemical reaction happens that makes it foam up to the top of the
It's like
glass.
fizzy chocolate.
And they all lean forward and go, "Oh." And I thought that was the cutest thing. And I say to Richard, "Oh my God, I wish I could make them egg creams right now." He goes, "You're not in the jungle. There's a supermarket across the street."
That's awesome.
And cut to me making them egg creams. And when I pour in the seltzer
It was so cute.
and the foam comes up, they all go, "Whoa!" And I give it to them, and you see these ladies in kimonos sipping them, going, and the bubbles going up their nose, and they were like, "Ooh," like this. It was adorable. I loved it, and that was such a lesson. We think when we travel
Yeah.
that you're the recipient of the culture. You have nothing to offer. They're the cool people. This is how I think.
Yeah.
They're the cool people. They have 1,000-year culture. What can I offer them? Egg cream.
Egg cream. Adorable. I loved it. Because, you don't have to speak the same language to eat food together.
Food is the great connector.
Yes,
And
that's
then
your line.
laughs are the cement.
Yeah. It's very sweet.
Oh, here we go. See those two over there? We're going at the...
Have you ever, eaten something and put it in your mouth and you're like, oh, shit. This is not good.
Only every day when we're shooting, because not everything is terrific. There's something
Right.
in this season from Santiago
That you didn't.
called puree.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize what that flavor was that I was having. Have you ever had this
No,
thing?
no.
Anybody? Anyone from Chile know what puree is? And tell me, how would you describe it? That was my problem. I just knew that something was very wrong. So I think we posted that clip on the Instagram, and I started getting answers from Chile. What you're tasting is iodine. This is a sea creature rich in
Yeah,
iodine. And
yeah.
I took a handful, like you're only supposed to have a tiny bit, and you're supposed to douse that in lemon and chili and onions and everything, and cilantro, and pretty much mask the taste of this awful thing. But I took a glop of it and just popped it in my mouth. Why? Because I'm an idiot. And I didn't, something was very off. But I do it, and we keep it in.
Yeah.
If it's the person's only thing that they do,
Yeah.
like their specialty,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna put it in the show because I don't want to ruin their business. But this was a great chef who was just introducing me to different things, and a lot of the stuff I had there was off the charts, incredible, like the goat on the spit, or the lamb on the spit. You
Yeah.
saw that?
Yes.
Which he just slow roasts and then just carves out a piece of the meat without no salt even.
And it was delicious.
But crazy. I had that in Morocco too. The man who just puts the entire lamb in the ground
Yeah.
and it's just the earth, the lamb, what the lamb eats. That you can't get purer food than that.
So that's interesting.
Yeah.
Because, for me, I'm a purist.
Yeah.
I like very simple food. I'm a peasant.
Yes.
And, I don't like sitting for 10 hours for
Yes.
a meal and getting these little bites.
Yes.
And you've been to many restaurants where they give you the
Yes,
little
yes.
bites and the little experiences.
Yes.
Like with Tokyo, when you went and
Yes.
you had the forest. Was that Tokyo?
That was spectacular.
And at first I was like, this is going to be, I don't know how he's going to
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
But you loved it.
Well,
But you've been all over.
when something is undeniable and great and life-changing like that,
Yeah,
where you're having, like an artist is painting a picture for you. That's really what it's like. Or Mozart playing a song for you.
Very passionate. And then
Yeah,
there was another guy that was really passionate, and it was in the last season. I don't remember where it was, but he was like a really great chef, and you were eating his food, and he was eating it with you. He was eating off your plate. Who was that? Do you remember that guy?
No.
Okay, fine.
They all eat off my plate. They all,
do.
yeah. It takes some nerve to do that, I think, but no. You're
But I think
welcome.
that's
It's only
interesting.
fun if you can share it. I love sharing.
what's your favorite thing to eat? Like, No, I know this is terrible.
No, but
I'm so bad
I
at
think
this.
I understand
But
what you're saying. Like when I was young, I never had great food, right? People
Yeah.
ask me all the time, were you always like a gourmet? And I think, yes, I was a gourmand. I just wasn't in the environment for that to flourish in. My parents both worked. We didn't have a lot of money.
Did you have TV dinners?
I craved TV dinners
Yeah,
because they had fat and salt and
Right,
flavor.
salt, yeah.
I wasn't used to flavor. We like I said this in the beginning of the other show. In our house, meat was a punishment. We had the cheapest cut of meat, and then my mother I think had a setting on the oven for choux. And you had to sit there and chew it, which was arduous, right? I used to store it in my cheeks like a chipmunk and then say, finished, show them. I got good at it at 6 years old, showing them open mouth. Okay, you're done. Okay, go in the bathroom, spit it out.
But your mother made great soup.
Matzo ball soup, yes. Great.
That was
great. She also made something else I just remembered today because I was at Original Pancake House.
Oh.
Yeah. And they had chocolate chip pancakes on the menu.
Yeah.
And my mom would do that for us.
Oh, that was sweet.
Well, so that brought back a nice memory.
Yeah.
And now, you're asking me what my favorite thing to eat is?
Yeah.
I think it's these things we love from childhood. The older I get, the simpler I want to be as well. And so, I love a diner.
Yeah.
I love eggs and in the morning, and those things are dying out, aren't they?
Yeah.
A place like the Original Pancake House is not. You don't see that often,
No, you don't.
but there's a line around the block. Why? People crave the simple things
The simplest
of what they
things,
grew
yeah.
up with, and when you
Totally.
have the idealized version of the simple thing, like your bagel,
Yeah, bagel.
right?
Yeah.
When you have the great version of that, it becomes your favorite thing.
It does.
It's like in Ratatouille,
Yeah.
which is my favorite movie ever about food.
Of course.
Yes, he's a gourmand, the little rat, and he's even a great chef, right? But look at the message of that movie at the end. I don't think I'm spoiling this for anybody.
No.
When the critic has the ratatouille and zooms back to childhood, and his mom giving him ratatouille when he
Yes, I know,
skinned his
isn't
knee
that
on a
sweet?
bike. That transcends food.
I know.
That is everybody. We all want to return to childhood. And when we find that thing that
Yes.
gets us back there, that becomes the favorite thing.
You want to know what mine is?
Please.
Macaroni and cheese.
Yes.
And who's had my macaroni and cheese? See?
I haven't.
I'm like known for my macaroni and cheese.
Well, when are you coming over?
I know. I'm gonna ship it to you.
Okay. Wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
but these
But
are the things,
those are
right?
the
And the
things.
older I get, the more I want the idealized version. Like we did a show in Maine. Did anyone see that?
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Uh-oh.
Do what you like. What happened?
So let's
Something
talk,
happened?
Okay, you want to talk about Portland, Maine? You want to talk
Sure,
about it?
I'd love it.
Okay. So I watched the episode with my cousin Eliza.
Yes.
We're at my house.
Yes.
And can we do this?
What's happening?
Can you talk about this? Because this changed my life.
Okay,
That's
go.
the tuna sandwich.
That's what I was going to talk about. Was this
I-
place?
we- unbelievable. And so we text that picture to each other all the time, tuna sandwich. Because I want to know
What's wrong
what
with you?
was in that tuna sandwich. Besides iceberg lettuce and pickles.
So here's what you need to know about the Palace Diner.
Yes.
In Biddeford, Maine. It's an
Everything looked like you wanted to take it out of the TV.
This is the exact thing I'm talking about, the diner.
Yeah.
So the Palace Diner was an old railroad car from 100 years ago, old railroad dining car. And it sat on this vacant parking lot because the original, I think, conductor of the train wanted to preserve this thing, and he hired some line cook to just keep the menu going. What was the menu? Diner food.
But that guy
Not a lot.
elevated it. The new
So
guy.
now a chef from the Gramercy Tavern in
Yes.
New York comes, and when that old man passes, he buys it, and he and his buddy, another great
Yeah.
chef, they're going to keep the menu exactly the same. They're just going to elevate it. Exactly what we're
And
talking
boy,
about.
did they.
And boy, did they.
Did they? Yeah.
That might be my favorite place of that whole season.
I mean,
and I was around the world. That diner.
So what was in the tuna sandwich? What was it? Because it looked. I'm
gonna
it was
say-
like that huge wedge of iceberg,
Yeah.
which is delicious.
Oh, I think I know.
And then the
I think I know.
tuna,
I think
do you
I know the
remember?
secret.
And-
So it's the regular tuna salad that you would make, mayo, maybe a little celery, a little pickles, right? Why, somebody know?
My friends are laughing because I hate mayonnaise.
Oh, well, I think this.
But I like it in
mayonnaise.
tuna fish.
All right,
I just
well,
don't like it slathered on my bread.
Just make up your mind.
I know.
But you know what I think the little tang is in it?
The pickles.
Mustard.
Oh, mustard.
A little bit.
Yes.
They're
That is
brilliant.
so true.
And the pancakes, I said, these are unbelievable.
They were so fluffy.
They're so fluffy, so they understand, dough and pancakes like you do. But what was this? What's that little extra? There's something extra. I couldn't put my finger on it. A little orange zest
Oh, orange zest.
in the thing and you don't taste orange. It just gives it,
Like a
when you-
little
like
citrus.
in sound, a little more treble.
Yeah.
Right?
Love it. Well, that's what we do.
Don't you
know.
love geniuses like this?
Yeah, I
It's
mean-
the greatest thing.
As
to-
chefs, we like to.
Yes.
We like to give you a little something extra, and you don't even know it, but you're like.
Yeah,
is that?
usually it's butter, isn't it?
Well. No, not always.
Like you should be arrested, really.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah. Butter's my best friend.
I get it.
But I like brown butter better.
Okay.
I brown a lot of butter.
Oh, I see. To
Yeah.
put in the pastries with brown butter.
I bake a lot with brown
That's
butter.
a good secret for the people.
Yeah, because it's not only the best smell. And have you ever brown butter?
I've smelled that.
Yeah, it's the most beautiful.
You know I don't cook,
You
right?
don't cook at all. Like, can you toast a bagel?
Well, listen, I meet a lot of chefs. They can't write a sitcom.
No, that's true. Not yet.
We all contribute in our way. But there's no bigger fan of what you do than me.
Have you
There's
always,
no-
as you started getting older and you started, appreciating food, I guess, or eating better food, I mean, what made you, love the whole, I don't know, the whole industry?
When I left my parents' house and I had food with flavor, it's like in The Wizard of Oz when Dorothy opens the door and now the movie is in color. It was like
so,
that.
what was so bad about her cooking? What did she cook?
We don't have enough time.
What was one thing that did she boil meat?
Can I tell you one
Yeah,
thing?
Yeah.
For Passover, one year, I don't know, she must have found this recipe in an anti-Semitic cookbook.
Brisket?
You want to guess? I don't think you'll guess.
Was it brisket?
It was not.
What was it?
You're going to think I'm kidding.
I can't wait.
Matzah lasagna.
What? I don't-
Instead of sheets of pasta,
This is what she made
sheets
for
of
Passover.
matzah.
Was this this
Even
wasn't for-
we gave some to the cat. The cat took a bite of it, walked out the door in front of a car.
But that wasn't for Seder. That was that for Seder?
No, that was during the week.
During the week.
She
when
had
you-
run out of ideas.
Ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah, but your father loves eggs.
My father
Loved
loved eggs, and I'm right behind them.
Right,
I
the
don't now. I
fluffy-
eat them, not just because I love them, I think, but because I knew he loved them too.
They were the cutest part of your show.
The best part.
The best part. They were so funny.
They were also the best part of my life.
Isn't that and that's sweet. Wonderful.
Except for the cooking. But nobody's
and
perfect.
they had no idea that Daniel Boulud was coming to their house.
No idea at
No
all.
idea.
No,
So-
we don't do pranks on the show, but that was one I
So
wanted
he-
to do because it's a nice one.
He walks in, and
He
you're
does.
like, "Hi, this is my friend Dan."
Dan. I said, this is Dan. He likes soup. And my
Yeah.
mother says, hello, Dan. And he
He's so
says,
cute.
in his beautiful accent, hello, how are you? Like this. He's so charming. And my mother's
Yeah.
like, oh, hello.
And they have no, they're eating their
he's
soup,
sitting
they
at
have
the
no
kitchen
idea.
table.
Yeah.
And he starts asking my mother about her matzo ball soup recipe,
And
and
he
she's
tasted
telling
it.
me, and he tastes it. He says, very good.
And he said he
Very,
tasted
I
the
said,
dill.
wow, Mom, how about that? And he says, well, I know you like dill. I had told him. So I bring you a little present, and he pulls out that Daniel Boulud made dill oil.
Yeah.
From the finest olive oil and the dill distilled down, you know.
yeah,
And he has a
unbelievable.
little eyedropper bottle.
Yeah.
And he squeezes a little in her soup, and she's so delighted. And he passes to my father, and my father goes, no. I said, Dad,
Priceless.
Daniel Boulud is in your kitchen. You're not going to take what he gives you. All right, go ahead. Not too much.
Unbelievable.
My
so
father,
cute.
my father had an oi. His oi was the same oi if you fell down the stairs or you dropped a potato chip on the couch. The same oi. Oi!
Love it. So, can we talk about Hawaii for a second?
I like Hawaii. What's not to like?
Can we talk about, well, I'm going to turn Rod, but poke. You don't like poke.
I
And
wasn't a fan because
was
I
shocked.
had had the only poke, to be fair, the only poke I was exposed to was the chain store poke.
Okay. I
Is
don't
that
even know
fair?
what that is. But yeah.
There are chains.
Yeah.
I don't have to name them.
Right, okay,
But
I
I
see.
just wasn't, and
You're
it,
being-
it might have
you're
been
being
my
kind.
fault because they say, what would you like on it? And I usually say everything, and then it's no good.
Okay.
So I
But
didn't
it's
know how to
delicious.
eat it.
But in Hawaii,
In Hawaii, I was getting, here we just brought in the tuna, and poke just means the cut of it.
yeah, that was beautiful.
The poke means dice. So it's a dice cut. And so the fresher and better the fish is. And then if you're not stupid and don't put a lot of crap on it, it's sushi.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, I love it. It's my favorite thing to eat.
You love it.
Yeah, I
All
love
right.
it.
I'll
And
go
it was
with-
so funny because when I saw the Hawaii episode, my best friend who you met, Diana,
Yes.
was in Hawaii.
Oh,
And she was like, all I'm eating is poke.
yes, of course.
So
Well, I always say, if you like a food, you go to the source.
go to the source.
Guess where they have really great Mexican food?
In Chicago.
They do.
We do.
But
Right.
you know where it's
No.
even better?
Mexico.
Yes! I can't believe it. I live in Los Angeles. We're right next to Mexico.
You have
I
wonderful-
can't tell you how much better the tacos are right across the board.
Really?
I mean, it's insane.
Yeah, but when you went to LA, when you
Yes.
did the LA episode,
Yes.
you did go on taco tour.
Oh, and I found some great
those were
ones.
some really.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, I took notes.
Yes, you should.
Yeah. Okay, I just want to say one more thing about Hawaii, because my favorite thing about your show in Hawaii was the Volcom House. Because those guys,
The surfer guys.
that guy, the blonde hair, 7 foot tall.
He looked like he was out of Avatar.
I mean, I was like,
Yeah.
what is that?
What
he was
is-
so hot.
Hey, by the way, I don't want to burst your bubble. The kid's 17.
Way too young for me. We are going to do,
Mindy.
sorry. We're going to do a Q&A with the
I get to talk to the
audience.
people now,
you
too.
do.
I love talking to you, Mindy. Mindy, everybody.
Yeah.
You're fantastic.
Thank you. I tried.
Look, it's the Carol Burnett Show. Yes, who's first?
We have a question here in the balcony.
Oh, I love the balcony. Hi, balcony. Oh, you're so sweet.
Oh, wow.
Look at you.
Hey, Phil, I'm Tammy.
cute.
Hi.
Hi. Quick question for you. What was the food or place that surprised you the most, that you went in having no expectations and really surprised you how much you loved it?
Vietnam. Because when they say, oh, you know what one of the most fun, beautiful vacations is, and I say no, they say Vietnam. I'm like, really? Because Apocalypse Now didn't look that fun. The Deer Hunter didn't look fun. Platoon doesn't look like fun. This is what we grew up with. Why wouldn't I have preconceived notions? I never saw the other side. And then I got there, and, you know, the war was over a long time ago, and the people are the sweetest, friendliest people you ever been.
I haven't. Everyone in the front row has been.
Am I lying? It's a gorgeous place, and the food was spectacular. I recommend it. It's absolutely beautiful and great.
And now that you were there, I want to go.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for the question. Yes?
How do you stay so thin?
I was in Washington, D.C. two nights ago, Lily? Yeah, 2 nights ago. And we had a mic set up here and a mic set up here, and people lined up. And this little 6-year-old girl came up to the mic, and she said, "May I ask you a question?" I said, "Yes, was that your question?" And she said, "No. My question is, how come you're not fat?" You were more polite than her. Here's the secret. You know how they make a dog food commercial? They don't feed the dog until the commercial. So I'm the dog. And I don't eat, it's a week's worth of filming condensed into less than an hour. So yes, I look gluttonous, but that scene is probably all I ate that day. And the other secret is I don't finish anything. I taste everything. I finish nothing. By the way, the crew is looking at me like this while these best things in the world are coming to me. And so I share with them.
You share with them.
I love sharing it with them. It's
Yeah.
only fun if you can share it.
Truth.
It's only good if you can
Truth.
share it, right? If you have too much, this applies to, I think, other things. Why don't you give some of it to somebody else? And then I do have to work out something, even if it's long walk or something, I do have to work out every day, pretty much. And also here's another good diet tip. Have 3 cameras on you when you're eating.
Not fun.
Well, you'll eat less, I think. They do like big bites.
We have one question down here, and then our last question will be up in the balcony.
That's it? All right.
Hi, Phil.
Hi.
My wife and I love your show.
That's your wife?
This is my wife. I hope.
Hi.
Now, just a quick question about: have you ever considered? I know you're kind of a glutton for punishment as well as food, but have you ever tried an MRE, a meal ready to eat, a military ration?
Please tell me you didn't bring one.
I wish I had.
No.
But I think you should.
Thanks. Is your name Richard?
My middle name is.
Because nobody likes me suffering more than Richard. Yes, we're going to take 3 more questions. I'm in charge.
In the balcony house left.
All right. Hello.
Oh, over here.
House left, sorry.
Hi, Phil.
Hello,
my
dear.
name is Carrie. My husband, Jordan, and I love your show so much, we went to Portland, Maine.
Oh, good.
But I actually have a sentimental question. Can you give us a joke for Max?
Oh, that was great.
One that he did, or
Your preference.
a man's in a car accident, and he is lying on the ground, and a Good Samaritan comes over, and he takes off his jacket, and he puts it under the man's head, and he says, "Are you comfortable?" And he says, "I make a living." That is an old joke, people.
Yes, it is.
I've got one
That's-
question right here.
That's like 100. Yes, 2 more, I said.
One's right here.
Hello.
Hi, Phil.
Hi, dear.
Can you tell us a story about your favorite trip that you took with your parents?
Yes. I delighted in taking them because we never went anywhere when we were kids. I used to beg to go anywhere. I think we went, it's in the book. Only trip we ever had when I was little was we went to Atlanta for a bar mitzvah. And my cousins took me to a 7-Eleven, which we didn't have in New York. And they had Slurpees there.
Oh, yeah.
and I fell in love with travel. And that was the best trip. Until later, when I could take them. And we went to London, and we went to Paris, and we went to Italy, and we went, to Venice. I mean, we had a ball. I loved taking them. And, we took the kids when they were little, and the whole family with grandma and grandpa. These are memories, I wish for all of you. I want you to travel. That's the point of the show. I'm just using food and my stupid sense of humor to get you in. But the message is, the world would be better if we all could experience a little bit of other people's experiences, right? One more.
One question here in the center.
Thank you.
Hi, Phil. My name's Katina, and my husband David and I love your show.
He's your David.
He is my David.
That's
my dad.
cute.
My David. Of all the places that you have been, can you tell us where you have learned the most from the people that you have interacted with?
Wow, that's pretty good. I learn something every time I go anywhere. And that's the beauty of travel, right? I'll tell you this. Here's a generality. Most people around the world are so much better than their governments.
True. Yes.
I think our time has come to an end,
no.
people.
No.
There's- What?
There's one other thing. So let's talk about Chicago for a second.
I love Chicago.
So we had dinner together,
Yeah,
right, at Giant,
I loved it.
but it didn't get into the mix,
It's on the YouTube, I think.
okay? But I served you chocolate cake,
You did.
and now I'm going to serve it to you again. Yep,
This is the best day of my life. Come on.
a simple chocolate cake with chocolate buttercream and fresh cream. Wait, hold on.
What's happening? More?
You got to have fresh cream with it.
She's putting fresh cream on the chocolate. Do we have the overhead camera like on the Food Network? Whoa!
Look at that.
People.
That's all you need. People. That's all you need.
Who's their
Chocolate
baby
cake,
here?
fresh cream. I'm so glad that you ate my chocolate cake. Thank you.